Welcome to the Dogon podcast. We're excited to be here. We're doing another live episode, but again, we're not going to spend a lot of time talking to the people on live. We're going to spend time kind of directing our attention towards you so that we can give you something you can use, you know, in your day right away and see actual change and result in your life.
Yes,
so
this episode is going to be talking about Bitcoin.
Yes, Bitcoin is a soft and upsetting subject for me. I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
I had a lot of Bitcoin. I had a lot.
At one point.
Yeah, I mean, access to hundreds. My brother had access to hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Probably thousands at some point. I know he had thousands at some point, but he doesn't like to talk about that. So I haven't gotten the exact number, but thousands. Mm-hmm. You know, unbelievable amount when it comes to Bitcoin. And it's just upsetting. I had, you know, at one point I had like 51 in a wallet, you know, that I just had for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I just had it. Yeah, because I had savings, and I was like, oh, instead of putting it in the bank, I'll buy Bitcoin, and then it like went up from you know, like I put like $4,000 in and got, you know, like a lot, you know, I mean a lot of Bitcoin. It was like $40 a piece of that, $30 a piece of that time. I don't even know. Yeah, it was like nothing. Yeah. And you got to remember back then when you'd buy Bitcoin, you'd buy it on like these websites that were like in these international websites in other countries, and you're like giving them your bank account routing info. I mean, you're like okay, I hope this, but the guy has like a little text under there. You can trust me. You know, Bitcoin is going to change the world.
Me, bro.
It's like, oh man, you know. But every single time it worked out, and I had this one time like with this Bitwage company, like this international payment company with Bitcoin, where I had like some, you know, I was like had some money messed up that was supposed to be sent to me, and it wasn't sent. And the guy like got my number from my account on their website and called me. He was like, "I'm so sorry. I promise it's coming. I promise." And I was like, "Oh damn, all right, it's good." But like, I used Bitcoin. I was one of the early adopters for Bitcoin, and we're just going to dive right into it. And I'm going to try not to get mad. I'm going to try not to get so mad that I start breaking because I should be retired right now. I'm sorry. I'm not going to yell. But yeah, I sold a bunch of Bitcoin right before it went to like 60K. And I sold a shit ton more before it went to like, you know, $400, $500. Yeah. You know, when it was at like $100, I sold a shit ton.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Like, oh man, I bought a van. For example, when Bitcoin first hit $1,000, I was real tight on money, real tight, and I needed a new work van. So I sold 2 Bitcoin to buy a piece of shit van that had like 160,000 miles on it. The only cool thing is it had a light on the top. Yeah. So dope. You could turn the switch on and it would be like, hell yeah. It was so dope. It was awesome. Anyways, so I sold 2 Bitcoin for $2,000.
Yep.
And bought that van. And then within 2 weeks, it was worth like $60,000. And I was like, I'm driving around a $60,000 van, baby. Oh, baby. You know, like I'd tell people that, yeah, I got my 60K van. They'd look at it and be like, what the fuck?
What the
fuck? You didn't pay that for it. And I'm like, no, I did.
Did you get scammed, bro?
I did, just retroactively, you know, and then all the rest of my Bitcoin went to this. I'm not gonna be mean. Went to this person.
Yes.
My ex, and you know, she siphoned so much money from me the whole time I knew her.
Unfortunate.
You know, and she acted to her family and her friends and shit like that. Like I was like somehow needing money, but like she would spend all of her money. I would pay all the bills, and then like she would spend the rest of my money like right away. You know, but yeah. So it was you know, it was. I went through a lot, but then I sold the rest of my Bitcoin because like we were going to buy a property in Northern Michigan. I sold the rest of my Bitcoin to put down $5,000 on a property. She had $5,000 she got from a family member, but she spent it before we closed on the house. And it's like, you're not supposed to spend money when you're in closing for a house. But anyways, so I gave her another $5,000, you know, from my Bitcoin money. And, you know, we ended up getting that property. And then I sold the rest of my Bitcoin to buy all the supplies I needed for everything because we were starting like a homestead up there. Yeah. And it would have went well, but, you know, there was this douchebag guy that was up there with us and a whole bunch of shit. But we won't go into that. But when it came to Bitcoin, there was a lot of remorse because I was like one of the first people who was like, get Bitcoin, use Bitcoin. I mean, I even had a debit card from Circle, you know, where you could just swipe it. You know, and like a Visa or MasterCard, and you're using your Bitcoin. Yeah. You know, and my brother actually got paid 100% in Bitcoin.
Interesting.
He had his direct deposit go to this company called BitPay, and they would transfer
it
the money in Bitcoin.
Interesting.
It was phenomenal. It was so cool. And so he would get like all of his money in Bitcoin. And he even moved to New Hampshire, part of the Free State movement, like a whole bunch of stuff with that. But you know, I don't know if you guys have ever messed around with Bitcoin or Ethereum. I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, really. I do like Ethereum as well, just because I think people are always going to want that alternative.
Right.
And so I think that one of them will always live, and I think Ethereum is going to outkill them all. But besides Bitcoin will always win, though, in the end.
I can guarantee it, but I don't know. I'm curious to see what you guys think about it.
Yeah, well, with the blockchain, it's all about the longest existing ledger.
Yeah.
That's the most secure, because that's the most verified nodes, verified points, verified transactions that have been computed, and 100% secure.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I mean, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency in general, NFTs, people don't even understand NFTs right now. Like, NFTs are what people used to talk about email when the internet first came out. They were like, this is so cool. We can email somebody all the way across the world, and they can just open up this email and they can read it, and then they can send it back. And oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Crazy.
And they didn't even realize that the internet was going to change every aspect of their life. That all of a sudden you weren't going to have a credit card where it was scanned on a piece of paper and they rubbed it on a piece of paper and you'd sign this paper and that was your credit card slip. Like people didn't even understand how the internet was going to transform their lives. And that's what's happening right now with blockchain technology and with Bitcoin in general. And that is like, non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, aren't just going to be some pictures or artwork that the rich can hide money in. It is going to be our title work. It is going to be our wills. It's going to replace so many automated actions in our life, where it's going to be like, when this social security number dies, this automated transaction takes place, and these assets are allocated to these different wallets. And it's going to be the same way with, like I said, titles. Like for properties, one day that'll be on the blockchain, and when you buy a house, you'll be able to verify that house by looking at that private key that's tied to the blockchain, and you'll be able to say, okay, nobody else owns this. This private key is 100% owned by me. This is mine. Boom. And you'll be able to have proof of ownership better than any title company can give you. So all that's coming, and it hasn't even begun yet. I think it's going to radically change how we do money, but I don't think we're going to shift to a fake digital currency. I think we're going to see a shift back to some type of precious metal or some type of backed currency. I don't think people are going to go for, a digital currency that isn't backed on anything.
I don't know.
Maybe Bitcoin, if the government adopts Bitcoin, but if they try to create their own, it's not going to work.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Yeah. Sometimes I look at this and I'm like, did I start the episode? And it's like, oh my gosh.
Thank God.
I definitely did. But
that is amazing.
Thank you guys so much. If you guys are watching on Spotify, we really appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you leave us a comment. And before we go on too much farther, I just want to take a minute. I have to prep out this company. Now, I want to be 100% clear. I'm not getting anything from this company, not getting paid from this. I gave them a good amount of money for gum, and I'm extremely happy with it. At first I was like, man, this is a lot of money to spend on chewing gum. But this is the best product I think I've ever used on the planet, period. Like better than anything I've ever used, ever, for anything. I mean, it is from Nathan & Sons. It's underbrush remineralizing gum. I don't want to get too, advertising, but it is seriously unbelievable. If you have any type of cavities or toothache or tooth problems or bad breath or gum issues or anything, or if you just want a good quality chewing gum, get underbrush remineralizing gum. I mean, this stuff, I don't even know where to start. I don't want to, when I talked to you, I said I want to, give do this guy justice and give him a good review, but it's like, I don't even know where to start. It's like, it's so good. It's organic Zixidal, organic erythritol. I don't even know what that is. Organic chili gum, organic mastic gum, organic spruce gum, organic myrrh gum, organic acacia gum, or, spearmint flavor, nano hydroxyapatite, which if you've seen all the TikToks going crazy, that's the stuff that helps you rebuild your teeth and rebuild your enamel. And then organic eggshell powder, which I think is really cool. And then like a terpene blend. And it's just he says, our functional gum is uniquely formulated to help you remineralize teeth, kill bacteria, and maintain a radiant smile. And dude, I mean, I don't know. I don't do promotions like this, especially if I will if somebody's going to pay me to do it. But I'll tell you guys, I promise. But this, I mean, I don't care if this guy ever sees this or not. I hope you guys buy this gum because it is worth every penny. It is the best gum that I've literally ever had in my entire life. And it's better than, I don't know. It makes your teeth feel stronger. The Zixidol is so good for you. Just look it up. Underbrush, remineralizing gum. Nathan and Sons. Oh yeah, giving gifts. Yeah, we did have to make sure that we acknowledge that. So we did say that we would. I don't know if we told these guys in the beginning of this episode that we had TikTok Live going.
Oh yeah, it was a live episode. So
by the way, now that we are 10 minutes in, I want you guys to know this is also live. No, but in the future, if you want to check us out, make sure you follow us on TikTok. You'll see the little pink circle around our thing when we go live. So you can just click on it and we'll be there. And we try to put on a good show, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes we get some gifts. Sometimes we get some likes. Sometimes we get some good interaction. Sometimes we don't, but
I mean, you just go with the flow anyway.
Yeah. But I would encourage you to look into cryptocurrency, look into Bitcoin specifically. Don't pay attention to all the different altcoins. I know some people get mad at me for saying that, but all those altcoins, all that stuff, I've seen it go up, go down, all that.
Right.
If it's not tied to the Bitcoin blockchain, I'm sorry, it's gonna have a hard time surviving, because it has to do with actual potential for value. If you look up, if there's $2 billion in this market, in the Cardano market, how much is it going to be worth? Still nothing. That's the thing. Like, it's not going to go up to multiple dollars or hundreds or thousands like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a very unique program, and there's some that are modeled after it. But if it's not Bitcoin, if it's not that long existing ledger, I personally don't think it's going to be around for the long haul.
Right.
Not after scrutiny with the government. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of stuff. So I would encourage you to look into Bitcoin, look into Ethereum, but most importantly, educate yourself when it comes to blockchain technology.
Yeah.
That's the root of it. If you're looking just at Bitcoin and altcoins and Ethereum and all this stuff, if you're only looking at those, it's like when the internet came out, it's like you'd be the person who's only looking at email or chat rooms. And that may seem weird to you guys, but people who are my age, they will know that when the internet was coming out, people were like, oh my gosh, there's these chat rooms. You can chat live with people around the world. That's so crazy.
Right.
That was the cool thing. People didn't realize it was going to change everything. That's the same thing that's happening here with Bitcoin. And everyone's like, Bitcoin's kind of cool, but it's kind of stupid. I don't know. It's not really worth anything. How do you? No, it's about blockchain. It's about the ledger behind it. That is a verified ledger that is anonymous, yet 100% accurate and verified by physical computations on computers all around the world. So check it out, do some research, look more into Bitcoin, look more into cryptocurrency.
And see what you think. But
just search blockchain technology, specifically look at Bitcoin. But yeah,
for sure.
We'll put out a blog post. Maybe you can help me write that one. You might have a more technical understanding than me. I don't know. Yeah. But either way, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to make sure that I get this episode wrapped up good. I think we're sitting, right around like 13 minutes. We're trying to keep them shorter so that people can listen to them and kind of just, chew them and either spit them out or enjoy.
Do what they do.
But speaking of chewing, remember, check out Underbrush Remineralizing Gum. This stuff is phenomenal. Nathan and Sons. Just Google Underbrush Remineralizing Gum.
Right.
Worth every penny. You're going to be like, oh my God, worth every penny. Do it.
I've tried it as well. It's very nice.
See you guys later. We're working late. We're pushing it hard because we're getting this product out 8/8/2024.
8/8.
Just wait, baby.
8/8.
All right. Enjoy, guys.
See you later.
Among Us.